What's up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to give my prediction for the Pac-12 championship against the Utah Utes versus the USC Trojans. But if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And by doing so, it greatly helps out my channel and it helps me grow as a content creator. Another fun matchup this weekend, guys. And like I said, it's for the Pac-12 championship for bragging rights. And I got the stats for both teams, and try to give you a little stats on both teams and who they're, what players that they have and stuff like that. Of course, USC has Caleb Williams. What can I say? In my opinion, he should win the Heisman. It's between him and Drake May, and I think he's done a phenomenal job this season. This is a guy transferred from Oklahoma, and Lincoln Riley. He followed Lincoln Riley, and he's a really, really good quarterback. He's thrown for 3,712 yards with 34 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. Like I said, guys, are playing at a very, very high level. And he has a lot of weapons around him, and I'm going to read off, some of the guys that's around him on the team. Of course, he has running back Travis Dye. This guy's ran for 884 yards with he's averaging 6.1 yards a carry, and he has 9 touchdowns. He's an Oregon transfer, really, really good running back. USC as a whole has a lot of transfers on his team, and they're number 4 currently in the college football playoff right now. So a lot of guys with a lot of experience coming in that's playing. Like I said, Travis Dye from Oregon, a really, really good running back. And of course, they have at receiver, their leading receiver, a guy that I wish we had on our team, Jordan Addison. This guy has 810 yards receiving. He has 8 touchdowns, and he's averaging 15 yards per reception. So really, really, really good running. I mean, not running back, but wide receiver. And of course, they have Taj Washington. He has 583 yards receiving. He's averaging 14.9, so right at 15 yards receiving. He has 5 touchdowns. So, and then of course, Mario Williams from Oklahoma as well. He followed Caleb Williams over to the team. He has 545 yards receiving. He's averaging 17.6 yard receptions, and he has 4 touchdowns. So this USC team, man, just offensively is just really, really good, man, all the way around. One of the best offenses in the country. It's going to be an interesting matchup, between these two teams. And that not running back, but linebacker, they have Shane Lee, an Alabama transfer, with 69 tackles. He's the leading tackler on the defense. And like I said, a guy that's played at Alabama, has the experience, and he's leading that team, as far as tackles is concerned. And of course, on the back end, they have DB Callan Bullock, and he has 5 interceptions. So this team has a lot of guys on the team. They got Max Williams. They have Eric Gentry. Just a lot of guys, a lot of transfer guys came in and helped shore up that defense, and it's going to be an interesting matchup. And I'm going to read off, Utah's players. And of course, Utah has Cameron Rising. This is a guy coming to this season. A lot of people had Utah winning the Pac-12, and they started off pretty good early on in the season. Cameron Rising so far, he's thrown for 2,629 yards. Really, really good quarterback. He can also run the ball as well. He's the second leading rusher on the team, and that should tell you a lot about him. He has 391 yards on the ground. He has 6 touchdowns rushing. So really, really good quarterback. Like I said, thrown for 2,622 yards passing, and he has 22 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. And like I said, he's averaging 8 yards or a pass. His completion percentage is at 66.4. So really, really good, quarterback. Came close. This is a match. Like I said, this is another championship matchup between two teams that played each other, and they already played each other. Utah was able to beat USC early on in the season, 43-42. So, like I said, Cameron Rising is no slouch. And of course, at running back, they got Tavian Thomas. He's the leading rusher, and he has 687 yards rushing, and he's averaging 4.8 yards a carry, and he has 7 touchdowns. So Great running back coming out the backfield for Cameron Rising. And of course, in receiving wise, another guy that I thought Alabama, I heard rumors about him coming to Alabama, tight end Dalton Kincaid. He has 850 yards receiving. He's averaging 12.9 yards of reception, and he has 8 touchdowns. So he's the leading receiver for Utah. But they also have Vaughn Veely. He has 595 yards receiving, and he's averaging 11.9 yards of reception, and he has 5 touchdowns. So it's really those two guys, for the most part. That's Utah's offense. They have other guys, but those are the two top receivers for Utah. And of course, at tackle, tackles, the highest tackle rates on the team is Cole Bishop at safety. He has the most tackles with 68. Then, of course, on the back end, cornerback Clark Phillips, the third, he has 6 interceptions. So this Utah team, like I said, this Utah defense was considered one of the best defenses in the Pac-12. So, like I said, was able to beat USC early on in the season. Like I said, it's going to be another matchup between them to get all the marbles for the conference. So, I'm going to read off some more stats for the teams. Utah is averaging 39.6 yards points per game. I'm sorry. And USC is getting 42 points per game. So USC has the better, has the advantage, but it's not a huge advantage. Both of them averaging just about around the same points, around 40 points per game. So points allowed, Utah is only giving up 20 points per game. USC is giving up 26. So like I said, Utah has the better defense between the two, but USC has the better offense. Total yards, Utah is getting 467. USC is getting 506 yards per game. So, like I said, the USC offense is really, really good. If we were to break that down, Utah is getting 247 through the air and 220 on the ground. Very balanced offense. USC is getting 322 through the air and they're getting 184 on the ground. So, USC is getting right over that sweet spot that I said, about 30 yards over. My sweet spot is at 150 yards on the ground a game. That's really, really good for USC. But as you can see, they're really, really good at passing ball with 322 through the air. So Utah is going to be tasked with trying to stop that passing game, in conjunction with Travis Dye at the running back position. Now, yards allowed per game, Utah is allowing 317 yards a game. That's 206 through the air and only 111 on the ground. So that's really, really good. That's a really, really good defense in the Pac-12 for Utah. USC is getting 405 yard. We're giving up 405 yards per game. So they're giving up 262 through the air and they're giving up 142 on the ground. So, like I said, Cameron Rising has a way of passing the ball, and he has a way to do it against this USC defense. And then, of course, they can run the ball on the ground too. So he might get some yardage run the ground on the run game as well. So it's going to be an interesting matchup. I'm looking at the teams that both teams play. Of course, like I said, Utah beat USC early on in the season, 43-42. Very, very close matchup. Utah beat Washington State 21-17. Closer matchup than I thought. They beat Arizona 45-20. Beat Stanford 42-7. But they lost to Oregon 20-17. Oregon, really, really good team so far. Took 2 losses, but Bo Nix has the offense playing really good right now. Oregon had a slow start at first, losing to Georgia, but ever since then, they was playing really, really good. But kind of, lost 2 games late in the season. But Utah is one of the games that they won against. Then, of course, Utah's coming off a victory against Colorado, 63-21. A Colorado team is not really that good. So that's Utah's schedule. USC, like I said, the only loss came to Utah, but beat Arizona 45-37. Matchup, it was a closer matchup than I thought. In my opinion, Arizona is not really that good, but Arizona was able to put up some yardage on this USC defense. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens in this matchup again against Utah. Cal, they beat 41-35. They beat Colorado 55-17. So did a really, really good job against Colorado. Like I said, Colorado team is not really that good. Beat a UCLA team. UCLA was pretty good this season and beat them when they was ranked number 16, beat them 48-45. It was a close matchup, but they was able to get the victory. And then, of course, they beat Notre Dame 38-27. In my opinion, Notre Dame was never in the game. USC had control of the game, the whole time. So, interesting matchup, guys. Like I said, these two teams played each other already. I'm looking at the spread. It's at 2.5. This game could go either way, guys. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But as far as my prediction, I'm predicting USC to pull this one off. They're going to get revenge and win this game, guys. And I wrote down the score. I got USC winning 42-38. I think it's still going to be a close game because, in my opinion, USC still gives up a lot of points. And like I said, giving up 262 through the air, averaging the net, Cameron Rising can have a good day passing the ball, guys. And like I said, he can also take off and run the ball. But I think USC has too many weapons. Like I said, Jordan Addison. Williams at wide receiver. And plus, Caleb Williams taking off from time to time. Like, this offense is really, really good under Lincoln Riley. And I think USC is going to get the victory and win the Pac12 championship and go into the playoffs. They're currently number 4 right now. And I think they get the victory and make it to the playoffs in their first season with Lincoln Riley. But what do you guys think? Leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section. And once again, guys, if you haven't, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And I'll definitely be back with more college football content. Thanks, guys, and roll tide.